Jimmy Kimmel and Disney working to reach compromise to bring his show back. The recent indefinite suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live by ABC has triggered a full-blown crisis, with the host and the network's parent company, Disney, now locked in high-stakes negotiations to determine the show's future. The dramatic move came after Kimmel's controversial on-air remarks about the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, which sparked a firestorm of political and regulatory pressure. The conflict is not just about a single show, it's a test of corporate courage, free speech, and the power of political intimidation in a hyper-polarized media landscape. The catalyst, a minefield of politics and tragedy. The entire controversy erupted after Kimmel, on his show earlier this week, commented on the reaction to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. During his monologues on Monday and Tuesday, Kimmel suggested that the MAGA gang was desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and was working very hard to capitalize on the tragedy. These comments were made before definitive information about the suspected killer's political leanings was widely available, and they quickly drew sharp condemnation from conservative figures, including President Donald Trump, who celebrated the suspension. The pressure on Disney and ABC was immediate and immense. Two of the largest owners of ABC affiliates, Nexter Media Group and Sinclair Broadcast Group, announced they would stop airing Kimmel's show, calling his remarks offensive and insensitive. This was a significant financial threat to the network, as affiliates are crucial for reaching a national audience. The FCC's heavy hand. Adding fuel to the fire, FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr, a Trump appointee, publicly weighed in, issuing thinly veiled threats against ABC and its station owners. In an interview, Carr suggested that broadcasters have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. He further warned that the agency could do this the easy way or the hard way, implying regulatory action could be taken if the network did not address Kimmel's comments. This move was widely seen as a blatant government attempt to influence and censor media content, drawing outrage from free speech advocates. The crisis point: negotiations and a stalemate. In the face of this multi-pronged pressure, Disney's leadership, reportedly including CEO Bob Iger, made the decision to pull the plug on Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. The move, however, has not resolved the situation. Instead, it has led to a tense standoff between Kimmel and the company. Sources close to the negotiations report that Kimmel and his team are livid and feel a deep sense of betrayal. The core disagreement centers on the demand from Disney executives that Kimmel issue a public apology to appease the affiliates and the FCC. Kimmel has reportedly refused to do so, viewing an apology as a capitulation to political bullying and an attack on his creative and editorial freedom as a comedian. His position is that his comments, while perhaps controversial, were part of political satire and not a news distortion as claimed by Commissioner Carr. The two sides have reportedly met, with Kimmel's legal team present, but no compromise has been reached. Kimmel's camp is said to be particularly concerned about setting a precedent where a comedian's job is contingent on not offending certain political figures or movements. The fallout: public backlash and corporate cowardice. The suspension has been met with a wave of public outrage. Hundreds of protesters, including members of the Writers Guild of America, gathered outside Disney's Burbank headquarters, holding signs and chanting slogans like "Bring Kimmel Back" and "Free Speech." The protest underscores the perception that Disney has caved to threats and engaged in self-censorship to protect its business interests, particularly upcoming mergers and acquisitions that require FCC approval. The situation has also drawn strong reactions from other media figures. On his show Real Time, Bill Maher offered a powerful defense of his friend, comparing the situation to his own firing from ABC 24 years ago. Maher accused ABC of always be caving and warned that the incident was a dangerous new low for the U.S. culture wars. Other late-night hosts, including Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers and Jimmy Fallon, have also voiced their support for Kimmel, with many arguing that the suspension is a clear example of actual cancel culture. The future of Jimmy Kimmel Live hangs in the balance. The outcome of these negotiations will not only determine Kimmel's career but also serve as a landmark case on the power of political pressure over media corporations and the ever-thinning line between comedy and perceived news distortion in America's deeply divided society.